Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. You wanted to get caught up on the Boston Bruins and how they're doing this season. And we've got some great sources for you guys. We've got some game summaries. We've got some weekly updates. We're really going to break it all down for you guys. We even have a pretty dramatic overtime win to talk about.
Oh, wow.
And we also want to touch on the coaching change mid-season. So there's a lot to talk about.
Sounds like it.
Let's jump right into it. I think it's really fascinating how the Bruins have just seemingly flipped a switch.
Yeah.
They're playing some great hockey right now. They went into the holiday break with a really convincing win against the Capitals 4-1. And I think that victory really exemplifies their recent surge. So let's unpack this turnaround a little bit.
Okay.
Under interim coach Joe Sacco, they've racked up an 11-4-1 record. Now, that's a pretty stark contrast to their initial 8-9-3 start.
It is.
So what exactly did Sacco change to spark this dramatic shift?
Well, it's not just one thing. There's not just like a magic bullet or anything. But I think one key change has been this renewed emphasis on puck possession.
Okay.
Under Sacco, they're playing a more controlled and patient game. They're focusing on making smart passes and really trying to minimize those turnovers. And you can really see this reflected in their improved Corsi rating, which measures shot attempts differential.
Right.
And they're generating more scoring chances while also limiting the opposition's opportunities. So it's really working for them.
I see. So it's not just about scoring goals.
Yeah.
It's about controlling the pace of the game.
Exactly.
And speaking of exciting wins, we got to talk about that nail-biter against Calgary.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, down by 2 goals. And they just claw their way back to a 4-3 overtime victory.
Unbelievable.
I mean, do you remember a game with more intensity this season?
That game was something else. I think that game was really a testament to their resilience. And you have to give credit to the players. I mean, they are really buying into Sacco's system. You know, it's one thing to talk about puck possession, but it's another to execute it under that kind of pressure, especially against a team like Calgary. I mean, before that game, they were undefeated when leading after 2 periods.
Wow.
I mean, that's a pretty significant stat.
It is?
Because it indicates a team's ability to close out games.
For sure.
And for the Bruins to hand them their first loss in that scenario, I mean, that's a major statement.
Yeah, for sure. And Pastrnak's overtime winner.
Oh, man.
Talk about a clutch play.
Absolutely.
I love that he just simply said, you know, it was a long shift and I was tired, but I just tried to get open and shoot it. You know, like no overthinking, just pure instinct. I think it perfectly embodies that next man up mentality that we've been seeing from the Bruins lately.
For sure.
Speaking of stepping up, Brad Marchand has been on an absolute tear.
Oh, yeah.
A 10-game point streak.
Yeah.
With 7 goals and 6 assists.
Wow.
I mean, this isn't just like a hot streak or anything. He's consistently been one of the league leaders in points per game. I mean, it's incredible.
He's been unbelievable.
And it's not just Marchand.
Yeah.
I mean, Elias Lindholm has been clutch, too.
Absolutely.
You know, that game-winning goal against the Capitals was huge. And his performance against his former team, Calgary, you could tell it clearly meant a lot to him.
Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing different players rise to the occasion at different times.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see.
It really speaks to the depth of this team.
Yeah.
You know, it also makes you wonder how they will fare with the unfortunate news about Pastrnak.
Yeah. That upper body injury from the Capitals game is a concern.
Yeah, that was tough to see.
Yeah, I was at that game. The energy just dropped when he went down. He's a vital part of their offense.
He is.
And there's no clear timeline for his return.
No.
It's a big blow, especially with those tough matchups against Columbus and Washington, looming right after the break.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tight playoff race in the Eastern Conference.
It is.
And every point matters. These upcoming games could be pivotal in determining their playoff positioning.
Yeah. So I guess the big question is, can they maintain this momentum without Pastrnak, especially against such tough opponents?
I think it's going to be a real test of their depth and resilience. I mean, we've seen them respond well to adversity under Sacco, but this is definitely their biggest challenge yet.
It's shaping up to be a fascinating second half of the season.
It is.
I mean, the Bruins have shown they've got the talent. They've got the grit. But can they overcome this hurdle and make a serious playoff run? I guess that's the question we'll all be watching as the season unfolds.